Hello, welcome, Twitch chat and YouTube. We're back after a little small hiatus. It's time to play some Magic again. Innistrad has just come out, I don't know, Midnight Hunt or something like that. So we're testing out new, powerful Innistrad cards. Note, there are not very many of those. This one is a Moonsilver key. It searches for an artifact with a mana ability or a basic land. So for the most part, an artifact with a mana ability. You're looking at, these are all artifacts with mana abilities. This is an artifact with a mana ability. This is an artifact with a mana ability and a draw card. This is an artifact with a mana ability. And guess what? So is krark-clan Ironworks. That's an artifact with a mana ability. So we're playing some KCI today. This is very much almost the same as the last list I posted, except I took out the Mind Stones, and they are now Moonsilver keys. And I took out one Thought Monitor so that we could play a Hedron Archive that we can then tutor with our Moonsilver key. I did add like an island and change the sideboard up just to be, catch up with the times and the current metagame. I do think I still want to be able to bring in this island versus Ghost Quarter and Assassin's Trophy and Wasteland decks, and then maybe I will tutor it. I don't really know. The problem with tutoring for your basic island against those decks is Assassin's Trophy and Ghost Quarter both search up your island for you, so you kind of don't want to do that. It's a nice that I think most of these lists don't have a basic, so people are more likely to Ghost Quarter you, and then you can go get an island post board, which is really, really nice. I didn't end up streaming on Wednesday. If you want to see what I did do on Wednesday, you got to check out Kai Sawatari's YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go to community, there's a post there with a link to the YouTube video. I went on Kai's new Twitch podcast, talk about Magic and life. It was a good time. So if you're interested in more content from this week, make sure you go check out Kai's YouTube channel where there is a podcast that I was on. So that was pretty fun. Anything more I want to talk about this deck? I don't really think so. I think we should just jump right into games. And what do we have for us? We've got turn 1 Tinker, who is not a turn 1 Tinker player. Turn 1 Tinker is a Dredge player, but this is certainly a hand. Let's do it. No, Kai Sawatarix, the Legacy Doomsday Master. This hand has quite a few Magic the Gathering cards in it. We can go Workshop, Chromatic Star, Ancestral, or Workshop, or maybe Lotus, Workshop, Chromatic Star, Ancestral, Tinker. I don't know exactly what we're tinkering for. I don't actually have main deck Dredge Hate, which is annoying. I do have a God Pharaoh statue, which means my opponent can't play any spells. I do have a Spine, which can kill the Bazaar. So there's some interesting ideas. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a Bola Citadel in my deck because I'm not really sure that I want a Bola Citadel in my deck. I do have both of the robots, the Sphinx and the robot, in the board. So we'll see. We might not even go for Tinker. We might just go, I don't know, Ironworks. But we'll have to see. Statue is not bad because it stops them from ever playing spells. If I get Spine and kill their Bazaar, they no longer have a Bazaar, and I have Ironworks, which is just going to let me do Spine things. So there's a lot of really solid hits here. We'll see what happens. I gotta figure out what the best way to sequence my spells is. I guess I can't really play around Mindbreak Trap. I don't know. We have a lot of really, really strong choices to make here. We'll have to see. Yeah, so that's the problem with getting God Pharaoh statue. I kind of agree with Not Me in the fact that Dredge without, not being able to cast spells doesn't really matter very much. So I'm leaning towards like trying to do a KCI combo or maybe spining. I think Spine is like pretty good. Hitting a Bazaar is usually strong. It is kind of awkward that I just didn't choose to play. I don't think there's enough Bazaar in the metagame to play main deck Hate. Besides, maybe you can play one Needle. And I don't really think tinkering for Needle would be the play I would go for anyways. So I have 6 mana. I think the first thing I do is play Lotus and then Ancestral. which lets my Ancestral play around Mindbreak Trap. Does run me into Mental Misstep. I think that's the thing that makes the most sense. Though I guess if my Lotus just gets forced, then I have actual not very much going on. But I don't know. It's hard for an opponent to force a Lotus. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. All right, time to find out if they have counter magic. They do. So we got the Force of Will and the Force of Negation out of their hand. Interesting. So a problem with this line is I can't actually make the mana to Tinker right away. And if I don't think it matters. I think I just have to go KCI, Chromatic Star. Well, I guess I could use the Ironworks as mana. No, I can't, because I won't have any blue mana left over. No, because I don't have enough mana anymore. Well, yeah, no, because I won't have enough mana left over. Looks like I have to give my opponent a turn. Maybe, I think the Ancestral getting countered is the best for me, but I didn't really remember that I would have not enough mana to Tinker, which is pretty bad of me. I think I'm just going to sack this star and play a key. I could sack. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sack the star and get a key. Also can draw into Moxen here, which is really good. They have a Vigor as well? No, they have a Thought Monitor. That's a terrible draw. So, all right. Not in a great spot, actually. So maybe I fucked up. No, I don't have mana to key, guys. I have to have... I guess I could have played this and not played KCI, but I think not playing KCI would be a mistake. So I guess I probably lose. Let's see. Oh, it depends on how good their dredgers are, I guess. I currently can't key either, so I have some issues. Okay, well, they hit nothing that comes back, so that was really lucky. And so we continue. Okay. So now I can play a second Ironworks, sack the Ironworks to make mana, key for a blue source, and work from there. I do need to win the game though, because my opponent will probably give me a hard time on my next turn. So let's do Ironworks. What do I search for though? Just a blue card? No, I don't have a needle. No, I could spine it, which is something we could choose to do. So a Lotus is so bad though. Jeez. I think we're gonna have to. Man, this is really bad. I don't know what we can get here. Yeah, I would probably lose all the cards in my hand. I agree with that statement. So I can Tinker this turn. I just have to sack the Ironworks to do so. The problem is if I sack the Ironworks to Sphinx to Spine, it's just not going to be very good. I could Tinker for a Forge. Yeah, I mean, I can tinker. I can tinker. I'm aware I can tinker. I'm aware. Oh, I guess I don't need to sack the Ironworks, though. I have to get Sapphire. All right, so Sapphire, cast Sapphire. I mean, maybe I'll just get Mindbreak trapped anyways, right? I can't cast Thought Monitor. Well, let's see. It costs 5. Okay, so I can just cast Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor versus... Yeah, I guess it's probably better to Thought Monitor. So I can just cast Thought Monitor, sack my... Is that better than sacking... Like, the problem with sacking the Ironworks... I guess the thing I could get off Iron... I could get a Mystic Forge is an interesting one. All right, I think it's just better to Thought Monitor then. Let's just Thought Monitor. I want to use better mana. What? Okay. No, I don't lose an artifact. That's not how this works. That's not how Affinity works. They just have force of negation. All right, whatever. It didn't matter. Fucking Dredge, man. Maybe I played this game worse, though. My opponent had 4 forces in their hand. So I don't die this turn, but I do lose my Tinker. So I have to draw, like, Mystic Forge, probably. I guess I could draw Scrap Trawler, and then maybe there's a chance. No, it can't activate Moonsilver Key. This can only be used to cast artifact spells. They did not see 7 extra cards. What are you talking about? My opponent activated Bazaar for once. They drew 2 cards off their Bazaar, and then they dredged. What do you? I mean, I'm not gonna die this turn. I do get a draw step, but I will lose my Tinker. I could have changed this game by not cast... Well, if I didn't cast Ancestral, something else would have gotten forced. And if I didn't play KCI, I could have played, like, Moonsilver Key. I don't think that's much better, though. I don't really feel like I played this game wrong. I think my opponent just had bizarre 4 Force of Wills. It'd be nice if I could use my workshop to activate things, but that's just not how it works. All right, so yeah, my opponent is going to get my Tinker, and then I have to top deck. What can I draw? What can I draw? Hedron Arcade doesn't do anything. I think Mystic Forge is by far and away the best draw in my deck, and gives me a reasonable chance to win the game. No, there's no Ensnaring Bridge. That'd be interesting, though. Maybe. I feel like a lot of the times you don't have... Like, you have a full grip, and the Ensnaring Bridge is, like, pretty bad. All right, Mystic Forge. I guess Ichor Wellspring's a great draw as well. Ichor Wellspring's kind of a sick draw as well. Scrap Trawler. So I can sack Scrap Trawler and get Key. And then my Key can find Hedron. I don't know. Let's just do it and see what happens. I guess I could sack my KCI and get back... So if I sack my KCI to itself and get back Key, and then tutor with Key... Hold on. That might be better. If I sack the KCI to itself and get back a Key, cast the Key off of Workshop mana, activate the Key, and get a Hedron. Key can get Star when it goes away. Star can draw in a card and get Lotus. Okay, so I think I definitely sacrificed the Ironworks. I guess my Key can get another Ironworks. All right, so this gets a Key. And then Key can get another Ironworks. Wait, this kind of works, doesn't it? So this gets back a Star. And I can still sack my Star and get a Lotus. Okay. Key brings back Star. Or sorry, this brings back Star. Key gets an Ironworks. Cast my Star. Make blue mana. Get back Lotus. No, now I'm just back with I have an Ironworks, but I can't do anything with it. That's probably not bad, though. All right. So now I have an Ironworks again. So wait, did that loop just draw me a card in net 0 mana, or did I lose a mana on that loop? I think I lost mana on that loop. Because, yeah, if I sack this and get a Key, I have no mana left. I lost 1 mana on that loop. So sack this to its... No, I lost like 3 mana on that. Because I can't even play a Key and activate it. So I have to play a Star and activate it and just hope I draw something. I mean, I have blue mana, so... No! If this was a Thought Monitor, I would be short mana anyways. Okay, I don't have anything here. That was close, though. We had a play. I think we were pretty damn close there. All right, we lost game 1 to Dredge, but Dredge had 4 forces, so what's a guy to do, really? Let's just bring in Cages, Needles, Crypts. Blightsteel. Is Blightsteel better than Sphinx? I have no idea, still. You like it is? Defense Grid. All right, what do I want to take out? I want to take out Time Vault Key. I want to take out... Do I want to take out Trinisphere? No. Maybe? Karn is shit. Thought Monitor kind of shit. Expedition Map doesn't seem necessary. I don't really feel like I need Thought Monitors in this matchup. Maybe they do because they let me draw. I don't think I need Thought Monitors in this matchup. Maybe like this. No, our opponent had 4 forces. All of their forces pitched force. It was not fair. I think you want Defense Grid. I mean, they're probably going to bring in Force of Vigor, so I would definitely bring in Defense Grid here. My question, I guess, is Blightsteel or Sphinx better? I think on the play, Blightsteel is better, but on the draw, Sphinx is better. Is my typical way of thinking. I have Trinisphere. My opponent is all free cards, but they can't cast anything once I play a Trinisphere. Okay. Let's submit like this. This looks fine. I think you still want access to Spine to kill Bazaar and Hollow One. I like this. This looks fine. Yeah, that game was kind of close. I think if my opponent had one less interactive spell, we were very easily winning, right? But 2 forces was a lot of forces. They also kind of had a really bad first dredge, so that does help a lot. I don't think I ever cut Spine. I think Spine is just like the way you win and also great. I can't think of a matchup where I cut Spine. All right, what do I got? I've got no Dredge hate, so that, and no Tinker or anything, and no combo. So yeah, this is just to put this back. 4 lands in my 13 land deck. This one is better. Yeah, this one's much better. This is get Force of Vigor and lose. Yeah, no, Saga is just Force of Vigor fodder. Saga doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. They didn't dredge in their upkeep because they had forces. So yeah, their hand just had 4 Force of Wills in it. Fantastic. Yeah, that is. So their hand is, I guess that's perfect, right? 4 Force of Wills, a Bazaar, and a Golgari Grave Troll. You can't actually have a better hand than that. That's kind of about how it goes for me playing Magic these days. It's okay. We almost looped out in that game. The key looked pretty good. If we had drawn a better card instead of Trinisphere, there was a chance that we could have won there. I don't know what that card would be, but I guess if the card we had drawn was Mystic Forge, we could have cast Mystic Forge. That would have been interesting. So I assume my play here is to just go Ruby Needle Academy Ichor Wellspring. I don't think playing Saga is correct. I think it's better to just accelerate. And then Needle and Ruby get vigored or countered. Oh, I guess if my Needle gets countered, then I have to play Saga because I don't really have a follow-up play. Oh, I also have to put a card back, don't I? I guess one of the Wellsprings. I don't know. This hand's not great. It kind of needs my opponent to have a bad hand. Unfortunately, in the year 2021, simply having one Needle is not very good. My opponent is triple queuing though and asked that I wait 5 minutes. So we're chilling here, chat. We are absolutely chilling. Yeah, we're not going to mulligan this hand, but we also might just lose. Not much you can do about it. That's just the state of Bazaar. Ever since Force of Vigor was printed, basically. So. London Mulligan to some degree, but London Mulligan, like, it changed a few percentages, but not that many. Like, you were already almost guaranteed to always have Bazaar, so it didn't really... I guess London Mulligan lets you pick, like, some forces to keep with your Bazaar, so yeah. I mean, London Mulligan was obviously an incredible mistake in terms of constructed Magic, but, yeah. I don't think we'll ever see a Vigor restriction, even though I think it would produce... I don't know. I want to say that it would produce a healthier format, but Tinker is kind of the best deck right now, so I'm not exactly sure that's true. We definitely should go back to the old Mulligan rules. That is, I think that's not even, I don't even think it's debatable. I really don't feel like it's debatable. I don't know if you'll meet any Magic grinder who thinks that London Mulligan helped constructed. Like London Mulligan I think London Mulligan is like really good for limited, and so you just call it the limited Mulligan rule and have a different rule for limited. I don't understand. Yeah. I think that Oof was a good printing, even though it hurts all the decks that I like. No, I'm not saying to restrict cards out of the Tinker decks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm not sure that your format gets better after you restrict Vigor. That's cool, Slasher. Like you say this every time that a deck is the top deck, though. So I'm not really. I don't know. Like there's always going to be a top deck in a format, and right now in Vintage that top deck is cyclical, so I don't really think that matters. Yeah, Vancouver. I think that Vancouver should just become the constructed mulligan rule, and London should become the limited mulligan rule. And I don't think it's a big deal to have, different mulligan rules for two extremely different ways to play Magic. All the Commander players have a different mulligan rule. They just do what? The free mulligan and stuff? Like, mulligan until you have a keepable hand? I don't know. Like, Magic players can easily figure out multiple mulligan rules. I don't understand why you need to keep all of them the same. I don't know what Commander players do. I'm bullshitting Bears. I definitely have played Commander where everyone's just like keep a hand that is playable so that we can play a game of Magic the Gathering. I've definitely played games like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if somebody messes up a mulligan, you just do mulligan infractions. Like it's not really that hard. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, Beerus, I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure a Bazaar player has never mulliganed in their life, so maybe London Mulligan Rule doesn't matter. God, you'd love to see a nice triple Q. I mean, it's only more infractions over a certain period of time until people learn it, right? Like, there was when it changed to London, everybody would accidentally Vancouver, right? That's just how it works. I don't know. Like, I don't really have any expectation that Vigor will get restricted, but I do think that it's like super problematic for Bazaar decks to have access to 4 Vigors. So we'll see what happens. All right. Let's find out if they kept 7 cards, by the way. Hey Beerus, why do Bazaar players never mulligan? Void Mirror? Nothing. Yep. Oh my god, you have Misstep? People want this card to be unrestricted. Unreal. Right, am I gonna get Vigored too? I didn't get Vigored. That's nice. I think I'm about 1% to win this game now, so... It's not even like my card got 2 for 1 by a force. It got 1 for 1. So this makes 2 mana, this makes 5 mana, up to 5 mana, or sorry, up to 6 mana. I think we want to see if my Wellspring will... If my Wellspring draws an artifact that I can cast and make mana with, then I can go Scrap Trawler and Saga. The problem is I can't play Scrap Trawler if it doesn't. That's probably fine, though. Interesting. That works for me. Is there anything to search for off this right now that would help me? I could turn this into a Lotus, but that doesn't actually help me right now. And I probably want to turn it into like a star or an archive, or a KCI. I probably want this to become a KCI. The problem is I might lose my scrap trawler. This doesn't tutor for cage. This tutors for something that has a mana ability. My Saga Living will get me a needle or a cage. I actually don't think I need to activate my Saga, and it's probably better for me to play a Scrap Trawler. The problem with playing a Scrap Trawler is Mindbreak Trap. But I'm going to lose my Scrap Trawler to Therapy either way. I don't think blocking Hollow One matters. I think it makes more sense to play the Scrap Trawler now so I can't get therapied. That way I actually have key for... Okay, they have Force. Of course they have Force. Why wouldn't they have Force? All right. All right, upkeep. Yep. This does mean that I'm probably... I don't know. I don't have a... I have a Tormod script I can clear their yard with. Oh, they did hit Amoeba. Did they hit a Therapy? No, they just hit Amoeba. Okay, so where does that put us in life? They have 2 therapies down. Okay. So we have a couple options. We can play defensively, where we make a Saga, tutor for a Graveyard Hate. I think we can... I mean, this is going to tutor for a KCI no matter what. I feel like it's pretty hard to lose this game if we get a Tormod's Crypt and a blocker for a Hollow One, right? Kind of feel like that's the case. There's something to be said about tutoring like a star or something and just trying to go full KCI, but I don't think that's necessary. Oh, I fucking don't have enough mana. Oh, I fucked that up. Fuck me, dude. Oh, I'm so stupid. All right, well, I threw this game. Still winnable, but I can't... Oh, wait, no, they can't therapy me unless they hit it off of their Bazaar plus Dredge. Oh, that was so bad. I didn't have to tutor right away. I thought I had 4 mana. I didn't have 4 mana because I thought the Soul Ring added mana. All right, what do I do? Do I still tutor KCI? Or do I just get a star and put it into play? I think it's fine. Like, there's some chance that they can get to... yeah. I'm only drawing one card off of KCI anyways. I think it's too risky. I'm just gonna get a star and play a star. I can't get Trawler. This card does not tutor for any artifact. I think it'd be a little broken if it did. I have to activate this crypt now so they can't do Icarid stuff. I obviously I misplayed there. I thought I had more than I had. All right, they had a five thing. They did miss on a chill here, which is good for us. Are they going to dredge this? Probably. They didn't. They dredged into a bridge, and that's it. Okay, cool. I mean, we're good here. I think we're in a decent spot. We do need to draw something, but I should untap this. I lose some mana to do so. No, I'll take an extra damage. Okay, well, obviously that draw is sick. I think I'm willing to sack both of these before I even have a trawler. Nope, I hit nothing. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know. That one I'm not 100% sure about. Okay, so I go to 6. I'm gonna get chilled at some point. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna lose this game. I don't know. I felt like I needed to draw, but maybe I shouldn't have drawn because now I guess if I do draw a trawler, I have just a Tormod's Crypt loop. Maybe that's fine. They didn't hit Amoeba there. If they hit Amoeba here, that's pretty bad for me. They didn't hit Amoeba. Okay. I have to untap my vault in my upkeep, and I will do it this time, though. I didn't want to use my Academy mana. They might still therapy because they're getting a bridge token. Wait, no, that would be dumb. Why would they do that? Maybe to therapy themselves? You know, they did it for against me. I don't know why then. That just... Wait, why would they want to turn the Amoeba into a bridge below token? That doesn't make sense, right? The Amoeba flies. I guess they're setting up for Icarid kill. I guess I'm dying to the Icarid kill. So I have to top deck something here that does something. Yeah, I mean, we kind of bricked out here. I just die. I don't know. Obviously I played that badly, but it didn't end up mattering, right? I searched for a card that drew a card, and then I still drew 2 cards and just missed. I guess I didn't have any thought monitors in my deck, so that does limit my amount of viable draws, but I don't know. Yeah, my opponent did have, what, Force plus Misstep again? Force, Misstep, Hollow 1, Dredger. It's definitely hard to beat. Like... Wait, what happened to my Scrap Trawler? It just got forced. I don't know. I don't think I could have done anything. I think my opponent drew much better than I did. Yeah, like these cards don't do anything. Like none of these cards do anything. Obviously that wins the game on the spot, but I have a lot of dead draws at that point. I don't know. Maybe I'm not allowed to cut thought monitors in that matchup because after I establish a... I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to... I could have made another Saga token. That was something I could have done. But then I lose my Scrap Trawler. Actually, they didn't end up hitting a therapy, right? But oh, maybe they could have had a therapy, but I had no cards in hand. I don't really remember. I think playing around getting therapy there makes the most sense. I don't know. I don't feel like we could beat the hands that we had to play against, unfortunately. Oh well. All right, let's try again. Round 2 versus Ozzy. Ozzy is always on a fair bug deck usually, so we're gonna have to try to play through Collector Oof and Wasteland and Force of Vigor. This hand is a little underpowered, but I kind of like it. I think it grinds pretty well. I guess a turn 1 Collector Oof would make this hand pretty bad, but at least I can look for grinding plays. It's not a great hand, but I don't think you want to put it back against like a known bug opponent, right? Obviously, drawing another Ancient Tomb is not great. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go Ancient Tomb, Jet, Map. No, maybe I'll go... I don't know if Ozzy plays Days or not.
Sing's Note September comes, but once a year Sing's Note.
Sing's Note. Appreciate it, Van. I think not playing my Mana Crypt has upside, and being able to just map like this is an idea. A question will be what we map for, because we can map for Saga realistically here, and they forces them to have a Wasteland. Or a Vigor, I guess. They can hardcast Vigor now. I think I'm just gonna get Academy. Can I cast it? If I play Mana Crypt, I have 5 mana. I have 2 mana. I have 7 mana. So yes. I think I'm supposed to try to cast it this turn. I don't know. There's definitely something to be said about getting Saga here, but I think Academy is what I'm going to go for. Interesting draw. So if I lead on Trawler, 1, 2, 3, then I will have either 4 or 5 mana, and it will cost... Yeah, so I don't think I can lead on Trawler here, because this costs 5, and if I lead on Trawler and I miss, then I'm 1 short. Yeah, Academy lets me monitor. I don't think I can Trawler then monitor, because if it gets forced, it's pretty bad. So I'm just going to go... Monitor. I think it's better to not use the Ancient Tomb than to keep the blue mana. There's a very small amount of draws that I need another blue mana for, though another monitor is one of those draws. Okay, I will play a Wellspring, though. I wonder what's in my opponent's hand. Maybe a bunch of Flusterstorms. All right, now we have something ready here. That's for sure. It'll be interesting. If my opponent has a Wasteland, things get a little annoying. If they may have an end of turn Vigor here, they would hit Thought Monitor and Jet probably. Or they're going to Assassin's Trophy my Academy. That's fair. I don't have an island in pre-board. All right, so now I don't have access to Tinker. I have 4 stars, silver keys, opals, and sapphire. So we're like 13 sources of more blue in our deck. Yeah, our trap trawler doesn't really do very much at the moment, though. The nice part about this deck is drawing there's not real risk of drawing Tinker targets because you have just so many Tinker targets in your deck. You have like an incredible amount of Tinker targets in your deck. I kind of wish. Ooh, that's a nice draw. I like that. Let's actually play. Well, there's no lands that produce blue mana, but I could draw a Saga, which is interesting. I think I might still supposed to be just play Workshop. Well, I can always use the Workshop to play Trawler, so that's probably not necessary. Oh, well, I did hit both Blue Source and Saga. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to play my Trawler. Sorry, I'm going to draw a card, play my Trawler, play my Opal, and then do some shit. Let's do it. Do I want to just redraw into top, right? Or do I want to redraw into another Trawler? We should be able to win here if my opponent just has nothing. They do have Force of Will up. We'll have to see. Tinker is going to draw 1 card, so I can draw back into my top. Try to figure out if I want top Trawler or Saga. Or I mean, I could spin again, I guess is what I'm saying. I could hold priority, spin, and activate, but I think this is fine. So let's start with... Let's start by drawing. And then let's get a Opal. Maybe this is not the correct way to do this. I don't know. And then we'll go Workshop Trawler. If the Trawler resolves, not only do I draw a card off of Wellspring, but I also get back Map with my Tinker, which is pretty value. Yeah, but I'm still getting a ton of value. I mean, I am probably getting flustered. You are right. Maybe, I don't think waiting really helps me, though. Well, I guess I could kind of play around fluster. Yeah, yeah, I definitely get flustered, but I get to replay Map and top, and then I still am drawing into Trawler and Saga. I think that's fine. I do think they probably have a fluster, and I could definitely wait on this Tinker. So what were my other options? My other option would just be like play another Trawler this turn instead. Maybe that would have been better, yeah. I don't know. That's definitely something to consider. All right, so I get my Map back, and I get my top back, and I get another Trawler next turn. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely true. Definitely playing a Saga next turn. I am going to draw Trawler and then Saga. As long as I don't die to my own Mana Crypt, I think I'm like super far ahead. The map doesn't really matter very much, because I'm drawing a Saga anyways. Yeah, I kind of think that you're probably right, and I probably should not have gone for Tinker this turn. I should have just drawn into Saga and played Saga. I like that better. It's in the deck list. I don't want to shuffle. My top cards are Scrap Trawler and Urza Saga. Both those cards are just unreal in this matchup. So, well, unreal in this situation, right? I have an Ancient Tombs available, so my opponent has to have a Wasteland or a Force of Vigor, or they're going to get buried by the Saga. And this represents a second Saga. We're in great shape. And they can't really kill these things because the Trawler will bring back value. Like, I'm really far ahead until I get... I guess Oko is annoying. Oh, they cruised. Until I get, like, Vigored or Oofed, or Vigor and Oofed, I think I'm pretty far ahead at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna draw into... Did lose the flip. I'm gonna draw into Trawler. I'm gonna play a Trawler. I'm gonna attack. And then I'm going to draw into Saga, play a Saga, and a map. And that represents 2 Sagas, and we're in great shape. This just gets forced. That's totally fine. Can I attack all here? Looks like I can. Did they have a target? Well, no, they had to keep their whole graveyard for Cruise. I think they purposely did not drain me. Oh, no, they could have drained off of Tinker. Yeah, they probably missed a drain then. Okay, so I'm going to... I guess I can spin my top first. There's kind of no reason not to. Oh. Well, that certainly changes things now, doesn't it? Thought Monitor is so good in this deck if you have blue mana. Maybe I shouldn't have put the Hedron Archive in. I guess this begs the question, do I play a Wellspring? I don't need to play the Wellspring to draw Saga. I can draw it with top again. I don't think I want to take 2 damage. Obviously, I'm spinning my wheels a little bit to do this, but I guess if I was going to do this, I should have reordered. And I should have just drawn the Saga instead of the top. Oh, could I have done that? I'm not even sure I could have done that. Never mind. I don't want to activate this Ancient Tomb. I think the only way I die is like I lose 3 crypt flips in a row, and I just don't want that to happen. I might, like, if I get Wastelanded by Saga, there's definitely a chance I just crack my Expedition map, though. Is this a Collector Roof? Interesting. I do have a Manifold Key. Okay, so do I go get another Saga now? I don't think I'm allowed to, because I wouldn't have to activate Ancient Tomb twice. But I also am drawing a top that I don't want. Yeah, that is definitely a thing I can do. I'm just so worried about my life total, chat. Let's find out together. Maybe I don't need to do this because it depends on if they have a removal or not, I guess. Like, I'm kind of just clocking them on board as it is. Unfortunately, all my lands that make Saga things are Ancient Tombs. It's pretty much impossible to get rid of this Mana Crypt now that there's an Oof in play. Yeah, I don't know about this play. Please don't lose. Please don't lose. Please don't lose. I won the flip. Yay. Yay. Ah, they had a vigor. All right. Not much I can do about this. And yeah. Just bring back a wellspring. All right, they're out of cards here. So I kind of just need to not lose too many mana crypt flips, right? It might not be fast enough. I mean, it's bug. What do you expect, right? Kind of need to draw. See, this is the problem with Thought Monitor. Hmm. I'm going to 7. I think we're losing this game. I have to hold back a monitor. They go to 8, I go to 7. If I just lose a flip, right? That's the only thing. If I lose a flip, I lose. I wonder if I played badly. 1, 2, yeah, there's 4 targets in the yard. Yeah. It's definitely possible that I got greedy here. I also drew a little bit too many lands. That is definitely a true statement as well. I wonder, maybe I should have sacked this crypt instead of sacking. No, sacking a wellspring looks like it was good. I mean, the Tinker line. The Tinker line was probably incorrect, but they did have a force anyways, so... But getting them to force a Tinker would be better than Flusterstorming a Tinker, so... Oh! Haha, never mind, you're dead. Unless they drew Force of Will, I guess. I just all in and hope they didn't draw Force of Will, right? I wonder... Well, the problem is I still die to a mana crypt loss. Right? I don't think I'm making a Saga token anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about spining the Deathrite Shaman and just attacking with a Thought Monitor every turn. But if I draw a KCI, I win the game on the spot, so... Well, I'm not winning the race if I kill my own crypt, chat. I just lose that race. Well, I guess they would have to cast another spell, but I would lose that race. So definitely not that. I think I'm just going to hit this Collector Roof and cast a Thought Monitor. It's kind of insane. Well, now I wish I had a token. So I can get a KCI here, but I can't cast my KCI. So I can still lose to this crypt, unfortunately. I guess it's all on crypt flip. That's really sad. All right, well, that's where we're at in life. I guess I also lose to just an Assassin's Trophy, probably. I'm just not playing the Manifold Key. Oh, you mean like untap my mana crypt? Oh, so they did have an endurance. Uh-oh. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. I still just, if they don't draw a Collector Roof and I don't lose my mana crypt flipped, I still just kill them with a KCI. So nothing really changes. I will lose 2 Thought Monitors though. Yeah, I guess I should have just played the key and untapped the mana crypt first. I didn't really think about it. I probably should have done that. I kind of didn't want to show them the key in case I like put a Saga token through, but so I could have I could have not I could have not used my Saga to take 2 damage. And then I would only have gone to 3, and then I would go to 1. And it would have been the same, but I would have had a lethal Saga token. Well, it's not lethal Saga token. I'd have to draw key, but I could always draw key off Saga. But that was worse if they did draw Force. I kind of think I might have misplayed here and overestimated how useful this Tomb is when all that matters is the mana crypt. Though I guess I just die to a removal spell, right? All right, well, time to flip a coin to see who wins this game. Am I a wiener? I did, I won. Fantastic. Top is probably the best. They could have an endurance here, which would be annoying. I think I'm just going to just start by spining, and if they have an endurance, they have to use it on spine, and then I have backup Wellsprings. They do have the endurance here. Okay. Okay, we win anyways. It's pretty good though. It's not bad. So blue, black, activate. Draw. Trawler. Moxen. Wellspring. Top. Draw. Yeah, so we loop through here until we hit a time walk or whatever and kill them. Ah, the classic win a mana crypt flip to win the game. God bless. That was pretty fun, though. This matchup, they have a lot of tools. Endurance I hadn't really considered, but that definitely makes things more annoying. I do know that they don't play Answers to Sphinx of the Steel Wind, which is nice. I do think we definitely want Needle for Wasteland, probably. Maybe more than one Needle. And I like Boats. I like Dismembers. I mean, we lost the first 2 coin flips, right? So I don't really like God Pharaoh statue. I don't really like Trinisphere on the draw. I don't really think we need Time Walk. I like to take out 1 Opal, 1 Star. I don't know. Yes, they can beat Oko. They can't beat Sphinx. That's the whole point. I take out like 1 Ironworks. Hedron Archive. Key. Hard to fit all these cards in. All right, I'm gonna just bring in 2 needles. I'm gonna go like this. So the idea is Sphinx is a tinker target that they can't beat. Needle stops Wasteland, Oko, Deathrite. Island lets you get a thing off of Assassin's Trophy. Sky Sovereign kills Deathrite Shaman and Collector Roof. And Dismember, same idea. All right. Yeah, this hand's not keepable. This hand is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I guess we'll keep this and just get... Yeah, this looks fine. There's a distinct possibility we make our way to 8 mana, but I don't really want to bank on that, so I think I'm just going to put the Sphinx away. Yep. I have put a lot of thought into this KCI deck. It's one of the decks I've played probably more than many others. So there's a lot of really small interactions like that I have thought about a lot. That's a great draw. I kind of wish I had my Sphinx still, huh? So yeah, we're just gonna see if this hits a Vigor and that... Oh god, how do we do this? How do we play around Vigor in the most logical of ways while still deploying our board? I guess it's just Saga, see if they Vigor, Soul Ring, top, spin top. See if they Vigor. I assume that if they Vigor, they wouldn't Vigor now because they get so much more value by waiting. I'm not going to play these other 0 drops out. Oh, they're kind of... So now they can hit both of these. Oh. Or will I play these other 0 drops out? Okay, sure. Let's do Opal and see if they bite. No. Lotus? Still 4. Karn. Force check! No force. Okay, okay, sure. Is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for sideboard. Now my sideboard is insane because I have a krark-clan Ironworks, a Moonsilver key, a needle. I can't play any. I could get another opal, and I could play something. We have a needle. We have a star. I took out one of every artifact, so our sideboard is kind of just the stone cold nuts. So I don't think I'm getting anything. I guess they could draw an Assassin's Trophy. If I get Assassin's Trophy, is that fine? I think that's fine. I guess there's no reason not to get something. Okay, so the reason not to get something is I want to get Lattice next turn. I guess they could just have Collector Oof, but I have Academy Saga. I could get Defense Grid. I don't think there's a lot of reason to get Lattice right now. I guess I do beat Collector Oof with Dismember. And then I would have 1, 2, 3. Oh, this doesn't make any mana. I'm gonna get an artifact. I don't know what artifact. I think I'm gonna get a castable artifact, like Defense Grid or Trinisphere or Needle. I mean, they didn't have a Force or a Vigor already, and if they have a Vigor, they're gonna use it on my turn. So there's kind of no reason to get a Defense Grid. I think my favorite play is just Needling Wasteland or Oko or something. All right, they didn't have a Vigor or a Force of Will, so they must have Collector Oof, right? Sorry, friend. Okay, so an interesting part about this is I don't really have great plays because I don't get to use my Saga. What I could do, well, I guess we just assume that this Dismember resolves and then it's fine. Yeah, I guess we can just assume the Dismember resolves. Okay. Well, now what do we got? I have so many options. I don't know what opponent could possibly be on. Just Needle on Wasteland, tick up, and play as top, and then have a Saga. Energy Flux would be good. I have an Academy, so it's probably not the end of the world. I also can Lattice them and kill their Energy Flux, depending on what happens. I mean, I could Trinisphere them, but I just don't think that's very good. Does Ozman play Energy Flux? Even if they have it, it's one Energy Flux, right? Usually. Yeah. There's a possibility. I don't think Oko does enough, so I don't think this matters. Time Walk. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I would be able to get the mana to play a Lattice through a Flux, but that would be fun. My opponent just kept a hand on the back of just turn 2 Oof. I think that's a mistake. That doesn't really seem like a powerful enough hand. Like, they clearly had no Vigor, no Force of Will, no Mental Misstep, no Wasteland. Well, they might have had a Wasteland, but they had to play Oof. Well, I mean, they probably would have Wastelanded on this turn. Turn 2 Oof on the play. I don't know. No, they were on the play. All right, I think they must have a Vigor now, right? Well, then they would cast it after this, so they'll kill my thing. And I mean, seems pretty hard to win. I don't know. Not really sure. Yeah, it didn't have a Moxen, true. All right, so they have a Vigor. They're going to hit Construct and Saga, and then we're going to Lattice them. True. I mean, there's like cards with varying degrees of power based on what I'm doing. The cool part about this deck is that it does have kind of varied game plans. It's pretty resilient in that way, which is nice. So I assume this is hitting this and this. And then I have a bunch of oh. Okay. So what does that do? Find a force for the Lattice that you're going to get Lattice locked with? I don't know. Shall we just get a map and get another Saga token? All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 8 mana, 9 mana. Map to 8, map to 6, so I can Lattice 2. Okay, sure. Should I be playing around Mindbreak Trap? I used a lot of clock. I didn't really realize that. Well, we were able to beat Bug. That's fun. All right, here we are. Round 3, Vintage Challenge. I've got a doozy. Let's begin. Doozy of a hand. My opponent's last seen on 8 cast, so we might have a Thought Monitor battle here. I've got all kinds of action right now, so it's pretty sweet. We're gonna have to decide what we want to do. We have many choices. Saga, sure. Soul Ring, yeah. I mean, maybe we'll just die. Oh, they're on Golos now. Okay, it's a good Golos hand. Saga, but you still played a Sphere is definitely on my list of things that I would want to do with my Golos hands. That was a really good draw, though. Those cost a lot of damage, but... Alright, Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus. Have 5 mana. I think we want to play an Ancestral here. Yep, Soul Ring. How much mana we have? Not a lot of mana. I can go key for 2 and untap, and I only have 2 left and doesn't let me play anything. So I could just go Wellspring. Or do I want key for next turn? That's the real question. I can go Wellspring or get my key down. I have a Workshop. Kind of think I'd rather just play... It's unfortunate I don't have a follow-up to use with this key. The key does represent an additional 1 mana next turn, but the Wellspring represents a random card. I think I want to play the Wellspring. Alright, well, I have 6 mana on turn 1. They have a Sphere. I think we're gonna just go Saga Life. Saga Life is not too big of a deal for me, seeing as I have Scrap Trawlers, which are really good at blocking. The only thing I'm really worried about is a Null Rod, I guess. Can't play that. Oh, they're just gonna... Okay, of course. They have a Null Rod and an Ancient Tomb to play their Saga off of. That seems reasonable, yeah. Glad I played my Wellspring. Alright, well, I am just gonna deploy the Trawler. That's so tilting. They just have 1 Null Rod in their deck and they drew it. And they can still activate this Saga because their other land was Ancient Tomb. It's kind of wild to me, but hey, what are you gonna do? Only 1 Construct token here. I assume they're gonna Needle on, I don't know, something. Maybe they're, yeah, I assume they get a Needle here. Wasteland is the biggest problem for me. I am gonna just fold very hard to a Wasteland, but what can I do? They didn't have a Wasteland. They did have a Relic in their main. I do have a live Crypt that's going to kill me as well. I don't really have good things to draw. I can play Doubles Trawler so they can block. But I also want to Wellspring into a land of some kind. Like my own Saga. Blocks are so bad right now, and I'm going to have to block next turn. God, if they just play 2 artifacts, it's going to be pretty hard for them to play 2 artifacts. Let's just play another Trawler and hope it's going to be good enough to block here. Oh, it's not good for me. This is the only card I think I was like super scared of. The only one. Like Wasteland was bad for me. Wow, they have Academy as well. This means a Golos? What the hell is this? Yeah, it must be a Golos. Oh, God Pharaoh statue. Alright, well... Yeah, I guess we're gonna lose to this draw. It's pretty disgusting. Really, really tilting. Every time you lose to Golos is pretty tilting, though. It always feels like they have to have the exact right set of cards to... Whatever, man. Yeah, I do think that we just very easily win this without a Null Rod, but oh well. They had their 1 Null Rod, and we got Null Rodded, so... Wow, that was disgusting. Yeah, okay. What do we do about this? Blightsteel, Island, ships, Needle. I only think I want 1 Needle. Don't know about Dismember. Statue can leave. Trinisphere can leave. Like, you could technically take Trinisphere on the draw, but I don't even think it's that good. It's not really why it's in the deck. I don't really feel like we need Time Walk. I don't really feel like a Hedron Archive game. Probably don't need all the Thought Monitors. Question is, do I want Dismembers or Mindbreak Trap? All I really care about dismembering is Revoker, but I think 2 Sky Sovereigns is good enough for that. And I don't really think I want to needle too many things, but having the option to needle is probably relevant. So I'm gonna go with this. This looks pretty good. Oh, I didn't fucking... Oh my god, please don't have hit submit already. I didn't move them out. All right, 65 cards. Fantastic. I'm actually short on turn 1 Karn. Pretty frustrating. I think we are still supposed to keep. Maybe I'm just supposed to keep a can that wins the game on the spot. But I don't know. Kind of tilted that I have 65 cards in my deck, but whatever. Exclamation mark F6. They had a Wasteland. It's a good one. Moxen, Karn, Moxen, Karn, Moxen, Karn. Another workshop. Okay, so I can Moonsilver key. I want a Moonsilver key for KCI though. I think I'm just supposed to play a key. And then I'll end step. Well, I don't even know if I want to end step crack. Because if I draw something else that goes in my graveyard, I get a trigger. Let's see. This is just going to be a sphere. If this is a no rod, I'm going to be so sad. Alright. Well, I think I should just... Well, the problem is whatever I sack, they're going to name. And I would rather them just name this Moonsilver key. So I'm going to let them go for it. I guess they could name Pearl, but that would be okay with me. Okay, they just named Pearl. That's fine. Because now I think they're just going to die. So if I get KCI and I cast KCI and then I can play another trawler, get back key. I think that's got to be good enough. I don't know. Let's just try it. KCI, blue, sack. Maybe I just sack Karn. I have no sideboard cards. I have absolutely no sideboard cards because they're all in my fucking deck. Karn, kill their Sapphire. No, so if I can just play Trawler, and then I can make 2 mana, sack a Trawler, get back a key and an Opal. I don't know. That's probably going to end up being good enough. Let's just go for it. Key, Opal, draw blue, and I can play a key and get a star, or I could just play the Karn now and like Needle Saga. I don't even need a Needle Saga. All right, so if I play a key and I activate a key, I have 2 mana left over. I can get a... I feel like I can get like a Hedron Archive or something and go off. I don't know. So I have 6 mana right now. So yeah, I can get a Hedron Archive. Let's try the Hedron Archive. I do have to draw into an artifact, I guess. Oh well. Or that. That's interesting. Cool. All right. Well, this game, I should play a star before I play another trawler. All right. I'm very much going to easily win this game. That was fun. Hedron Archive was cool. Yup, give me all of them back. Yeah, I'm gonna lattice lock them. That one definitely did not come in. Nope. That was sick. All right, now we need to win on the draw. All right. Let's get those cards out. We just easily won with 65 cards in our deck because, I don't know, man. Magic the Gathering, right? What were the cards that I wanted to take out? Anyone remember? 2 more cards. Oh, I kind of like taking out Vault Key, though those were not the cards that I wanted to take out. I kind of want to bring in a Mindbreak Trap. What else did I want to take out? Hedron Archive? Hedron Archive was so sick there. That was fun. I don't know if I probably didn't need to do a Hedron Archive, but it was nice. It was very nice. All right, this looks like fun. Let's just do this. Oh, who cares how many cards you play in your deck? Why does it matter? Oh, I got rid of Opal Star because of Null Rod. I think getting rid of Vault Key because of Null Rod is better than getting rid of Opal Star. Because Opal Star at least allows you to do some powerful things. This hand is so slow. So I play a key and then, well, I don't even know if I play a key because I could get sphered. If I didn't get sphered, I would play a key and then I would play a trawler and then I would sack my key and get, oh, this is just not good. I think this hand's just bad. It's so close. I think if this hand had extra mana, I mean, it has Trawler Ironworks, but it just doesn't have any Moxen. I mean, it has a full loop, but no 0. It really needed a 0. This hand needed a 0 drop, I think. It still might be fine. They mulliganed. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Well, this hand is certainly worse in some ways. Risk it for the biscuit. I'm keeping this hand and I'm bottoming a Saga and we're gonna hope to God they don't ruin our day. I feel like that's the only way to go about this. Like, we're gonna lose to Null Rod with this hand, but I don't think you can mulligan it. Yeah, Sphere is fine. Sphere is much better for us than a Null Rod would be. I mean, even if they have like another Sphere and don't have a Wasteland, then we have Saga plays. Another Sphere or a Null Rod. A Revoker. Okay, Revoker's fine. This is fine. Do they have a follow-up land? Oh, they have a follow-up Wasteland. Never mind. It was no longer fine. All right, well, now we need to draw land. I drew another Ironworks. Fantastic. All right, well, I mean, sometimes you're very unlucky. What can you say? I mean, if I knew I was going to draw 2 Ironworks, I would have definitely bottomed an Ironworks and kept a second Saga, but who knows? All right, they don't have any follow-up. That's good. Another 3. This is fantastic. I mean, they have no 2-drops. They must have all Golos in their hand. All right, well. I mean, I still have about infinite draws that are good. That is not one of them. I'm just, Magic the Gathering. I could have bottomed Ironworks and kept 2 Saga, but it doesn't seem good. Now they just get a Golos and I lose. Yep. I don't know. I don't really feel like any player is as unlucky as me. Sure. This is so sad. Like, I can draw a Workshop. I can draw, like, there's just so many draws. But I don't know. I'm too unlucky, I guess. Yeah, so this just ends up getting a Null Rod eventually, and then everything goes to shit, right? The statue? I think statue is horrible versus me, and I would not keep it in, but alright, this is just fucking hilarious. I actually dodged like some of their worst possible draws, but then I drew the worst possibles. I hate this game so much. What the fuck? So if I had kept the second Saga, I would have won this game. Because I would have just been able to activate Saga. No, they had a Ghost Quarter, never mind. But that would have gotten me an island. I don't know. Just unfortunate. Just very unfortunate. All right, here we are, round 4. Vintage Challenge up against Max. Max probably on Doomsday or PO. This hand is an additional Moxen short. So I could go Lotus, Key, Crack Key, Mana Crypt, Wellspring, Opal. I think that's not a very good line. So yeah, I could go Mana Key, Lotus Key, Crack Key, Mana Crypt, Wellspring. So if I do it that way, Lotus Key, Mana Crypt, Wellspring, they're unlikely to counter anything. But I still need to draw a Moxen or a land. And I think that's kind of not great. I kind of think I'm going to mulligan. This hand looks much better. This hand is much better. This hand is actually just very, very good. Turn 1 KCI, Opal, Blue Mana, sack, Wellspring, sack, sack. I can probably put back Saga. No, I probably shouldn't put back Saga. I probably should just put back Map and just go, that way I have a backup plan after Wellspring gets countered of Saga. Yeah. This hand looks good. My opponent kept a 7-card hand. Yeah, definitely worth going for the Ironworks on turn 1. Well, I don't have to go for the Ironworks on turn 1. I could go Saga Wellspring, and it's pretty reasonable against anything that's not Force of Vigor. What are the issues with that? They're not. Maybe that is actually better. It doesn't let me win on turn 1, whereas this hand has possibilities to win on turn 1. I might go Wellspring. Well, the problem is I won't have enough to play Saga Ironworks and activate Saga, right? I'm gonna go with Ironworks. Maybe, oh, I was probably, let's see, I would either play around Mindbreak Trap or play around Vigor. Kind of a hard choice. That resolves, huh? Okay. I think you're supposed to sack, well, now I think you're just supposed to sack this Opal in case you don't have 3 artifacts. Oh, I did not want to make black mana. I don't know why I made black mana. All right, so this is going to draw me 2 cards. I could also wait on the second draw. Star. Okay. I'm going to sack the other Wellspring. Yeah, I think I want to be able to float this blue mana. Another Wellspring, that's great. That doesn't cost any mana, but draws me 2 cards. And we drew a Tinker. So how do I want to do that? I think I want to keep drawing first. Okay, so this does lose us our emerald, but we do have a follow-up archive now. So now the question becomes, well, I could have done this earlier and gotten a trawler and probably won. Oh, they are on Doomsday. Okay. If they didn't have a force, it was, oh wow. So it was better for me to cast. I think we just get a God Pharaoh statue. So I probably would have won this game if I had cast this Tinker earlier and gotten a trawler, right? That's the downside that we faced there. All right, so I can either get a statue or a forge or a Trinisphere. I don't really think forge is super likely to win with only 1 floating mana. So I think I'm just going to get a statue and make it so they can't play spells for 2 turns. And then we have an archive and a saga, so I think that's fine. So yeah, if I had chosen to, instead of drawing first, if I had just chosen to jam the Tinker first, but then I would have gotten to use less activations and draw less cards. But then it would have resolved and gotten a scrap trawler and would have been pretty strong. Maybe statue should still be insane. I think we can slow play this. So they will be able to force again after they play a second land here, which is worth noting. All right, well, that has to be forced. If this doesn't get forced, they do probably lose. So, oh, they didn't have a force. Okay, so then this game should be over. I just sack this to draw 2 cards, and then I get back my Wellspring. Oh, now I have to sack something. I guess I fucked up. I guess I can just sack statue. Because we already concluded they don't have a force. How did I fuck this up? Whoops. All right, well, Can I get a... I'll just get both well springs. Definitely screwed that up somewhere. There was definitely some way to play that better. But I mean, I am, I think, deterministic from this point, or like very close to deterministic from this point, so. All right, well, now they can actually have access to... They should have brainstormed... well, I guess I didn't have time between statues. I can always turn off their counters by casting a Trinisphere at some point, but I don't really think that's a need. There's like there's no necessity for that. I don't think them ever countering anything at this point is going to matter. I can maybe do it before like something important happens, but... I think I would rather just, you know, whatever. They can counter this if they want. I don't really care. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so now I play a second trawler. I could probably like pay for that if I really wanted to, but... So if they drew a force off this brainstorm at all, then they should probably force the second trawler. So I'm gonna get about 1,000,000 mana here. Just pick up an emerald and and an opal. Wellspring. Sack. Star. Map. Draw. Star. Map. Top. Yeah, this should be deterministic. I don't really know. It's just about how long does it take me to do it? You know, there's under no reason to concede. It's not exactly clear to my opponent that I am deterministic, right? Kind of have to have played the deck to know. But I mean, you can kind of see that I have produced probably an infinite amount of mana. Not technically infinite, maybe, but like a large enough amount of mana. I probably should have spun that top first, but at some point I will stop doing the mana part of this and just do the draw cards part of it. I mean, when I finally run out of things to get, then I can just get things back with, or just sack a trawler because I have so many. But now I should just spin. So this, and should probably spin after I draw with star. Emerald, opal. I don't really need to do... I might not do the zeros anymore. Yeah, those will kill them. Literally all of these will kill them. All right, dope. I think we're finally at the point where my opponent will probably concede. We'll see, though. Mob Opal's worth nothing. You got a force. I guess I should have played the Trinisphere first. Oh, well. Yeah, there's a force. Here's a Trinisphere. Here's a Karn. And here's a Lattice. And a big old construct. All right, that was dope. I definitely don't feel like I optimally played that sequence because I had to sacrifice a God Pharaoh statue. But obviously that's not a huge deal. So in this combo-oriented matchup, I had like a Mind Break Trap and a Defense Grid. And that's it, I guess. Don't really need a Expedition map. And I probably don't need a Hedron Archive. The Hedron Archive has been fine. I've been okay. I think it's been fine. Which is more than I thought it would be, so. Yeah, this looks good. An interesting question would be, what kind of sideboard cards does Max play? I don't even have a Max list. Oh, let's go find a Max list. It's been a while since Max played Doomsday. Here's a Max list. Mind Break Trap and Opposition Agent. Those are the big ones. Oh, Leyline of the Voids as well. We have a lot of restricted cards. But they do have some good answers for us. Obviously, Force Steel Sabotage as well. All right, here's the Leyline. Leyline's really annoying for us to play through, but there's not that much counterplay for our deck. We kind of just have to beat down. I'm gonna just jam an Ironworks. Maybe not. Well, I kind of don't want the Trawler. Well, Trawler beat down. Yeah, Leyline's real good against me. I'm gonna play a Trawler and a Star. The Star, unfortunately, is just a blue mana source because I can't draw a card off of it. It's a Steel Sabotage. Yeah. My opponent is basically the best control deck in the format. They have the most counter spells. It's going to be pretty hard for us to win, but I definitely don't think this is a good matchup. Yeah, it's just it's the best control deck in the format, but also an insane compact combo deck. So they get to bring in 4 Steel Sabotage, an Opposition Agent, 4 Leyline of the Void, and Mind Break Trap, and Duress. So like 10 cards against us. It's pretty crazy. Okay, we do have Vault Key though. Does this Ironworks resolve? I guess I should play around D's. I kind of just want to sack this Mana Crypt. They should have another Steel Sabotage. That's pretty bad for me. I guess I should have played the Manifold Key first because it costs 0 mana. That was probably a mistake. Oh well. So yeah, they've just played 1 mana counterspell, 1 mana counterspell, and now they're going to play Doomsday and win on the turn after. Or this turn if they have a Siriath in their hand. And that is to say that they might even still have Blue Card Force. Classic Doomsday. So if we draw Time Vault, we win. Or possibly win, I guess, because there's a Mana Crypt. Time Vault is our best draw. Forge is a good draw-ish. Oh, they just have Probe into Gushing to kill us? Fantastic. Cool. Doomsday is fun. I don't have like the max number of cards I could have. I could have like much more defense grids. I could have, you know, more traps. I have all kinds of things I could have more of, but Doomsday's not a very large metagame percentage, so. Doomsday combo? I mean, most of it is just cards you would normally play, so like 2 Oracles and 4 Doomsday. And I guess 4 Dark Ritual, but you don't even have to play Dark Ritual. Like, he probably wards out Dark Ritual, or maybe some amount of Dark Ritual. Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to say, like, the very minimum you, like, have 4 Doomsday, 2 Oracle is, like, your actual combo cards. But you could also, like, classify Dark Rituals and Street Wraiths and some of the more odd choices as combo cards, but... this hand kind of blows. Doesn't have a workshop, doesn't have a turn 1, anything powerful. Pretty off it. Let's try again. This has a defense grid and an Ichor Wellspring. It sure is hedging a lot on drawing cards that matter, but I kind of like the idea. Oh my god, another Leyline hand. Defense grid. Got a force? No. Okay, well. Ichor Wellspring. Alright, well. Cool. I have a bunch of mana and don't have anything to play off of it. It's bad for the home team. No blue mana either. Ah, the old double Mox in hand from Doomsday. Yup. All right, well, we have to draw something good here. How about a Mystic Forge? Well, yeah, I don't know. I think I would, on 6, having a defense grid and a Wellspring. I think it's, oh, they're just going to turn 1 Doomsday. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, well, we have to draw Mystic Forge probably to win. I don't think Spine's very good. We can, like, only top deck Forge or Statue. Or, yeah, Forge or Statue. Those are the only top decks. It's Doomsday. Like, this matchup is atrocious, but there's not very many Doomsday decks anymore, so what are you going to do? Forges? Any Forges? No. All right, cool. Okay. Doomsday. We did win a game against Doomsday, though, so that was nice. Yeah, we just had very few amount of draws that were actually good. Maybe the hand's just a mulligan. Though, obviously, Ironworks against a non-leyline hand is fine. Yeah, maybe the hand was just a mulligan. No blue source. Probably should just mulligan to 5. Oh, well. I don't know. I feel like you just... if with the amount of hate that I have it for Doomsday, it's pretty much impossible for us to win that matchup. They're boarding in like 15 cards, so... not much we can do. All right, round 5. Let's try to do some winning again. Might be another Dredge player. We'll see what happens. This hand is great. New Innistrad card in Vintage? Say it ain't so. Probably isn't so, actually. All right, I'm going to go Pearl Workshop, Ironworks, Wellspring, Crack Wellspring. Huh. There are other lines I can take, but I think that's the best one. Doesn't really feel necessary to take a more conservative line. Moonsilver Key. Everybody's the card everybody expected to be a hot vintage staple. It's probably not going to be either of those things, actually, but... Alright. Krark-clan Ironworks. Take her Wellspring. Draw a card. Draw a card. I don't think I have to crack that there, but there's some upsides. Like that. The question now becomes, do we... Yeah, I think we just play this. Well, I actually think there are just like 0 good cards, so... I'm not impressed with any of the cards, but this one is in a deck that I find very enjoyable, so... So I can keep going here by sacking my Trawler, which I think I will do. Let's just go for the casual turn 1 win here. Let's get the Wellspring, and we'll get the key. And then we'll go... I guess there's no reason not to draw a card first and see what's up. Wellspring, Star, Key, Sack Star, Opal. I mean, we might have it. It's going to be... Oh, yeah, it's a good one. All right, I think we actually are going to win this game on turn 1 here. Which is pretty sweet. I love this deck. It's so cool. They should just F6. Let me do my thing, man. Boom! Get back Star. Get back Key. Another Wellspring is a great draw. I did not mean to use a blue mana there. Whoops. All right. Sack Star. Bring back Opal. Bring back Pearl. I should probably start F6ing or... Oh yeah, we're gonna kill them on turn 1 here. We are without a doubt doing that. Actually, don't need to sack that. I just don't think you need Retriever, no. So you don't have to learn all the dumb shit. Oh yeah. I guess if I want to sack and get a two 1-drops back, then I need to do it this way. But my opponent is definitely going to lose this game on turn 1 here. This feels so good. Just a good time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How about Ancestral target myself? How about that? Oh, the game is over. It's so over. Goodbye, opponent. I appreciate you playing with me. Sack. 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 Yeah, it's a good time. Haven't had enough yet. I see. They're done. I don't know why now is the time they decided to stop, but so be it. I mean, I have an active Mystic Forge. I'm just going to eventually win somehow. Tinker lets me get, I don't know, something. Who cares? All right, I don't know what my opponent's playing. That doesn't really help me very much. I'm going to bring in Needles in case my opponent is on... Well, it says they last played Dredge 6 days ago. I'm just going to board like they're on Dredge. Yeah, there was a point in that game which we were no longer fizzling. What else do I take out? Anyone remember? Map. We don't need a map. I don't know. I don't really remember what else I took out here. Maybe a thought monitor. I can take out Volky if I wanted to. Seems reasonable. Yeah, whatever. Let's do this. Yeah, I guess I would just draw through my deck until I found a Karn and then lattice lock them. I mean, I think I'm just gonna keep this. Oh, they're on shops. All right. Well, I misboarded. But it's still fine. Tree ball. So I can go workshop, emerald, opal, 2 mana left, or 1 mana left. I think it's better to go ancient tomb, emerald, opal. No, probably still better to go work. No, I think it's better to go ancient tomb, emerald, and opal. Just to play around Wasteland a little bit better. I guess this technically still doesn't let me play krark-clan on turn 2. Trinisphere, quite a bad card to have in right now, unfortunately. Definitely one of the cards I'd be taking out. Yeah, so we did play around Wasteland pretty well. Let's see if they have another sphere. They don't have another sphere. Okay. Tinker is a great draw. So now I think I am going to just play this Trinisphere. That way I can have mana to Tinker. I currently can't Tinker. I'm going to need a couple more mana, but I think it's fine. This is a Juggernaut? Hello? Can someone check the time? What year is this? They must have taken their Ravager Shops deck and been like, oh, I can't play 4 Lodestone Golems anymore. I guess I'll play some Juggernauts instead. Damn. So if I didn't have a Trinisphere in play, whoops. Oh wait, now I can go Ironworks. Now I'm afraid I'm gonna get metamorphed. I'm just gonna sack my Trinisphere. I guess this plays into Mindbreak Trap, but no, who gives a fuck? I guess I should probably play... I can't actually play Thought Manager first. Maybe I'm just supposed to get Spine of Isha. I can't actually replay Spine, though. Let's just get a Blightsteel Colossus. That's probably good enough. The classic krark-clan Ironworks sack my Trinisphere play. I would like you to attack with your Juggernaut into my Blightsteel Colossus, please. There's a Bazaar of Baghdad in this deck? There's 2 Juggernauts more? There are 2 more Juggernauts? And a... Oh, wait, hold on. Did I not look at this Dredge list and see that they're... Okay, no, that's a normal Dredge list. Well, not a normal Dredge list. It's just a weird Dredge list. Oh, it's a budget Dredge list. Maybe this is a budget deck? Maybe there's just a bunch of Juggernauts? I don't know, man. Well, I boarded in 6 cards to hit against Dredge, and I kind of found it was a Bazaar deck, so maybe it was fine. All right. Unfortunately for my opponent, the Blightsteel has eaten the Juggernaut, and now there is no one to block. I don't know why there are Juggernauts. We gotta have something other than Juggernauts. Come on. Oh, my opponent. Very nice person in chat. But, Juggernaut, not the card you were looking for there. GG's. Take care. Well, that was not something I expected to encounter, but if we can win one more round today, we can get our money back, which is always an enjoyable experience. All right, here we are. 6th and final round, Vintage Challenge. Let's get our money back, chat. That's a way to get our money back. I accept. Will you counter my Time Vault? Nope. All right, well, 3 turns from now we win the game. I think it's better to cast this Time Vault before I show any sagas. That way they then have to deal with an onboard Time Vault or saga, which are both pretty hard to deal with. Or I guess they could just kill us. I fucking hate this game. Where did these Doomsday players come from? I just want to do my fun thing. I'm dead! I'm dead on turn 1. Yay. Fuck Doomsday, man. Fuck Doomsday. Yeah, I mean, we played Doomsday at, what, 1-2 and 2-3? That kind of makes sense, because Doomsday is not exactly doing well in the current metagame, so... It's the kind of thing where if you get ahead of the curve, right, if you start 1-0, 2-0, you probably won't see as much Doomsday, but... Yeah, if you're sitting down here with me and the Juggernauts, then, yeah. It's a sad day. Unfortunately, I didn't kill my opponent on turn 1, so, you know, what was I supposed to do? I just had to kill them on turn 1. All right, let's try again. Doomsday. That hand is not very good, unfortunately. Needed a little bit more oomph. Couple Moxen in place of like a Scrap Trawler, and then we have something happening here, but this is not going to be good enough. This one is... Fuck, man. It's so close. Probably just have to keep it. I can only get... I took out Hedron Archive, so all I can get is a KCI. Which isn't exactly good enough. But I have an active Saga. Yeah, I mean... I do think that PO is fine right now, but I also think it's worse than playing Esper Tinker, for sure. Will you counter my Moonsilver key? I really think you would. The nice thing is, I can both make a token and play a KCI next turn, so that's an upside. Yep, I'm gonna go get a KCI. The problem is the KCI just doesn't really do anything right now. But that's why I'm playing it. It's a pretty sweet card. I think it's definitely very good in this deck. Yeah, another land was not really what we were hoping for. Like, our opponent just needs to simply kill us. And we will die. Because we just have no interaction and our combo is not fast enough. Doomsday, not a good matchup. Could I make a matchup better? Yes. Do I want to make the matchup better? Not really. I have like a lot of cards in the board for like Bug and that kind of matchup. Because I think it's a matchup you're way more likely to see. Alright, well, time to find out if we die on turn 2. If we don't die on turn 2, we do get to make a 5/5, or a 6/6 actually. Two 6/6s, which is notably fast. Okay, well, we probably die on turn 3 now, though. So we're gonna need extra help. Maybe a Time Walk would be good? Time Walk would be lethal. So what can I tutor for? I guess we can wait until after we draw. Draw another land. Yeah, my draw steps did not help me here. Ancient Tombs were not what we were looking for. Yeah, I guess we'll get a Sensei's Top. Maybe I can draw into like a Mind Break Trap or something. I think I would rather spin with a Tomb so that I can maybe cast a blue card. Yeah, I guess we'll draw through these. I guess this can get countered and make the clock lower, but whatever. I mean, we have one card lower now to look for something good. Nope, nothing good. Literally nothing good. All right, well, we drew no cards that mattered, and do we die is the question. I mean, Saga made a turn 4 kill by itself, which is commendable. It definitely is not the worst thing that I've ever done, but my opponent did Demonic Tutor, so I assume I'm dying. They can Demonic Tutor for Dark Ritual or for Doomsday using the other piece. If they have Doomsday here, all they need is a 0-drop. Oh, they're just going to Thassa's Oracle Demonic Consultation combo? Fair. Yeah, I mean, that also wins too. And plays around Mind Break Trap. Cool. I had a fun time. Glad Doomsday exists. And, I mean, we might still get money. How does this work? Everyone above us? Probably not. We will probably just miss. Anyways, did we learn anything today? The Hedron Archive tech was pretty cute. I kind of liked it. Then the Moonsilver key was fine. It did exactly what we thought it would do. Not sure taking a Thought Monitor out of the deck really is what we want, but also divorcing the deck from blue mana a little bit is not the end of the world. I just don't know what else I would cut. Maybe you only want to play with one key, but I thought key was pretty solid. It does some pretty powerful things, especially when you have a mana source like that draws 2 cards, like this one. I think that I like the Hedron Archive tech. I thought that was pretty sweet. I feel like there's some room to play around with this card. I don't really know if more than 2 makes any sense. It's not the best card, but maybe we can find better tutors for it to cover a variety of situations. Overall, like when we did the thing, our deck was good, and when our opponents did the thing, our deck was bad, which is kind of what you expect from this kind of. It's just a linear combo deck without interaction, right? And you can do some other things like put more Mindbreak traps and more defense grids and stuff in the sideboard, but I don't really feel like they make the matchups good enough to justify them, and you would rather just have all of the answers to Dredge and for shops and for Dismember, like I don't know, and for Collector Roof. You're much more likely to see a bug deck than any other deck, or a bug deck or a Golos shops deck, and I think you're pretty good against Golos shops, honestly. I actually think your deck is pretty okay against Golos and against Bug. Like, Bug is a hard matchup. They have a lot of interaction that matters, but I think you have a decent amount of ways to grind through it. Dredge, I think, shouldn't be terrible. We can definitely make the Dredge matchup better by putting, like, a needle in the main. I don't think that's really necessary, but we could totally do it. And then I just don't think you're ever going to make this deck good against combo. The best thing you can do is, like, maybe throw a bunch of spheres or something in the sideboard, but I really think that is just not a very good way to go around it. Like, I guess maybe you could do that. Maybe you could play 4 spheres and a thorn in the sideboard, and then just try to play like a Golos stack style game against Doomsday. But I don't really feel like that is going to make your Doomsday like that. Like, you're already losing. That deck is already losing against Doomsday, so I'm just not sure shops can really feasibly beat Doomsday without like being the aggro shops deck, which has, you know, a fast clock and the lock pieces. Not sure. The ley line is a huge problem out of Doomsday. Like, if the ley line was out of Bug or something, that would be fine, but the ley line out of Doomsday makes things very difficult. So yeah, I mean, overall, we beat Bug, we beat a weird shops deck, and then we lost to Doomsday, and we lost a very close one to shops. So, and we lost to Dredge, but I think the Dredge player drew very well, so. Yeah, KCI is cool. KCI is fun. It's probably not the strongest choice you can ever make, but I do think it's like at the power level you need to not feel bad about registering it for an event if you really just want to have fun, and that's what we wanted to do today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Boost the algorithm. If there are more Innistrad cards that you think are going to be powerful enough that you want me to try, feel free to comment below. I didn't really see anything super strong on my first pass through, but maybe I missed something. See you in the next video.